Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, here at the 2019 Tropical Bowl with the Walter Payton Award winner himself, Devlin Hodges, quarterback, Stanford. Appreciate you taking time, man.
Hey, thank you for having me.
One thing I wanted to say, man, is that I watch you get better each and every year. I think that's huge in college football because a lot of times when you have early success, guys tend to rest on their laurels and they just stay the same way. But you got better. Where did that drive come from for you?
Well, first of all, I appreciate it. And for me, I'm all about getting better each and every day. I mean, everything that I do, I know I can get better at. And you know, I just, especially in the off season, I'm big on, picking 3 or 4 things that, hey, this is what I want to really get better at. And I mean, I feel like I have got better, like you said, over the 4 years. And part of that also comes with just playing and, getting more comfortable and just having more confidence in myself and teammates. And I mean, I've got a lot of dudes that have helped me along the way that have made my job easier. So when my teammates, when they get better, I get better.
And you talked about the confidence. That was on display when you guys played Florida State. You guys gave those guys a run. And it's just that confidence. Also, I want to say last year when you played Mississippi State, you gave those guys hell too. So when you look at that part of it, the confidence part and playing up, so to speak, was that something that went into that game plan that week and you got to really hammer down to your teammates like, hey, man, this is a great chance for us to showcase what we got here at Stanford?
Oh, absolutely. You talk about, Florida State, we come out and first play the game and we throw it deep for a touchdown. And you talking about scoring first in that big stadium after a 4th down stop and in that environment, it's huge. And like playing against Mississippi State, playing them all the way down to the wire, we understand that those teams on paper should beat us, and we also know that this is our one shot on national television, and we always seem to go out there and make the most of it.
Now, I was a running back in college, so my preparation was a little bit different than you guys. I remember when I got there in college, my playbook was like this. I was like, man, that's big. Then I saw the quarterback's playbook. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with my little small playbook. What went into your preparation as a quarterback to consistently get better? Because I think that's really hard to do, to really improve on your game as you're making plays in college.
Yeah, I think part of that, especially kind of this year more than any year, is trying to simplify everything for us and understanding that, hey, we don't have to run every play. Let's pick each week. We try to pick probably 20 different plays. And when I talk about plays, I'm talking about pass concepts. 20 different pass concepts, and say, hey, let's just get really, really good at these. Let's run these different formations. Which play, which concept do we like best out of this formation, whether it be a 2x2 formation, a 3x1, what personnel we like, and just really understanding what plays we do, that what works best with what. And I think this year we did a really good job, especially late in the season, with that, and kind of got off to a rough start. But once we kind of started focusing on that, we started winning a lot of ball games.
How important is playing in a game like the Tropical Bowl to you and what you want to do moving forward?
First of all, it's just another chance to play football. I love football. I don't know what I'll do without it, and just another chance to play in front of these scouts. Show them that, hey, I got what it takes. I can play in a pro style offense. I can take drops from up under center. I can compete. I believe the scouts know I can throw the ball and do other things. But just come in here and with guys that you don't know a lot, you don't know well, and you got to learn quick. Got to build relationships quick. I think all that's important. I think this is a good weekend to show that I can do those things.
Now, I mentioned in the open, you won the Walter Payton Award this year, which is the equivalent to the Heisman Trophy here at the FCS level. And I'm old enough to remember actually watching Steve McNair play in college. I remember the game against Youngstown State, the playoff game. They lost, but he was a baller. And to break that record that stood since '94, that's big time, man. What did that award mean to you?
To me, it means I've had a lot of great teammates. I've had some great guys up front giving me time to throw the ball, and I've had some dudes out wide that have made it a lot easier for me to get that record. And it's crazy because I always remembered growing up. I didn't necessarily know that it was Steve McNair, But I always remember playing Madden, and I always got Titans, and I always played with their quarterback, number 9, because I was number 9 growing up. And to come to find out later, hey, that was actually Steve McNair. And to break his record, I mean, it's awesome. I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't want to break his record, because I mean, who doesn't want to be the record holder? And one day it's going to get broken. I hope not anytime soon. But records are meant to be broken, and I'm just thankful that I've had some great teammates, great coaches along the way to help me get there.
What is it about the game you love the most?
Man, there's a bunch. The camaraderie, just having teammates, meeting new people. It's hard to sit here and say exactly what it is, because I don't know. It's just something in me. It's just something in me. I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. Threw my first touchdown pass when I was 5 years old, and it's just something I've loved ever since. I love everything about it, from the off season to practice to, I mean, nothing beats game day, and nothing beats that feeling after you win and after you've given it your all after a game. And I hope I get a chance to do that again.
Well, here's the thing: you talked about playing since you were 5 years old, and this is what you do. This is what you know. This is who you are as far as an athlete. But I still feel as though people undersell what you bring to the table. It's hard to throw for that many yards, be that successful in that conference if you're not playing top-notch football. Where do you feel as though people are still underrating you as a prospect? Where are people sleeping on your skills?
It's hard to sit here and say, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking as far as what I'm not good at, what I'm good at. You mentioned playing in our conference. I mean, I don't think people understand how tough the Southern Conference is. And I mean, you got 1 week you're gonna play a triple option team, and next week you're gonna play like a Western Carolina or us, like what we do, or just a pro style offense. And I mean, you're talking about playing those option teams. I think there's 3 in the conference, and then you got Mercer and VMI, who pro style, that just love to keep the ball, when we played them, out of my hands, and taking away taking away the time of possession we have is crucial, because they'll control the ball 75% of the game. So it's crucial for us when we go out there and get those possessions. Hey, we got to make something happen. We got to score. So I think some scouts want to see me take snaps from under center, throw the ball with a 5-step drop, 7-step. So we'll see. I feel confident I can do all those things. When I get to the position to throw the ball, I ain't worried about after that, because I'm gonna let it sling.
That's what I like about you. You let it fly. It doesn't matter. You work touchdown or check down. I like that about your game, because you're going for the score. If I was to ask you, okay, if I was going to sell you as a prospect to someone, what game would you want them to see that encompasses all of what you bring to the table?
It's hard to say. I like to say Florida State, but I had a couple of players I wish I could take back. So, Florida State would be one. Any game against Wofford. I'm sure Wofford, they don't like me a lot, because I always play my best game against Wofford.
And that's a tough defense, too.
It is. Really good coaches, really good players. FSU, Wofford, Mississippi State, any Western Carolina game. I like to sit here and say any game, but I would say those 3, those 3 teams would be the film to watch.
Well, Devlin, man, it's been a pleasure. I've watched you consistently get better, like I said, and glad you're in this ball game, because you're going to go out there and put a showcase. We wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Awesome. I appreciate you having me.
To check out the full rosters of the Tropical Bowl, head over to www.tropicalbowl.com, and next we'll preview some of the small college guys to keep an eye on this upcoming week as well. Also, I will be the color analyst for this game on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on flowfootball.tv.